So I want to take a moment and try and assume that those who are listening right now are in the process of self-realization. They're mid-inquiry, where revelations have been happening. Mind is fluctuating, coming and going. It is making no sense one day, and sometimes it's trying to appear as in the controlling side of your existence. So I want to speak about the space. You see this empty void that we all avoid, you see? Now I'm a poet. Where did that come from? We all try and avoid having to turn back and say, look to yourself and Christ and God. I'm lost, I'm sorry, It's because you think that you're a failure. I have to do this on my own, My father put trust in me. My birth father put trust in me. My mother put trust in me. My partner puts trust in me. My children put trust in me. I have to do it on my own, you see. So I'm going to avoid turning around and facing up that I blew it. See? I'm lost. I'm confused. And through these practices, I have been trying so very hard to try and find it without looking back. I don't want to be a failure. That is the most strongest thing that any human can say. Most hide. We all hide, you see. We're all hiding from this void. We're all hiding from this admittance that we have failed, you see. And then in a mass crowd of 4 million people, one stands up, all seated, you see, all in silence, hiding, meditating. 4 million beings sitting, meditating, trying to do it on their own. And one stands up and says, I have failed. I mean, the power and the strength to admit that in front of all these other beings is immense. Immense power, you see. Immense strength to stand up and say, I have failed. That is discipline and strength that God speaks about in the Bible. And what happens then is this one is granted the space, you see. He surrendered. I failed. I don't know what to do. This one is turned around. No physical movement. This one has said, I can't do it in this world. Whatever I do, even meditation, I can't do it without your help. My Father, my source. I don't expect you to help me. I expect you to punish me. I expect you to do everything that you feel I need to put me right back on that path. And what happens? You're given space. You're allowed to move freely from your body. Whatever experience happens, it creates so much unusual things in your life. Your mind is grasping for attention. And whatever happens is happening on its own now. This space is not a physical space, you see. It is an enlightenment, a freedom to say, and you wait for your punishment. And what happens? You're immersed with love. You are immersed with absolute adoration that you had this courage, this determination to go one step ahead. You've been ignoring everything. When teacher says ask for help, put your hand up, ask for help, you keep your hand down. When parents say you're going on your flat, in a new flat, it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to learn how to be independent. But whenever you need us, give us a phone. You don't phone. I'm not letting my parents down. I'm not letting my teacher down. I'm not letting my partner down. I'm not letting my children down. I can do it on my own. That is also courage, you see? That is also courage. But true courage is to admit amongst the mass. Look at the world today. Whether it's on a television screen or whether it's in your city, so many are sitting behind the newspaper, meditating, walking like a robot. The city is full, cars, buses, taxis, everything. And there's no one in the middle saying, I can't do it. I have failed. That is true courage to do it within the mass. You're not saying, I am not going to try anymore. You're saying, I don't know what to do anymore. Your mind is giving up on itself. It's saying, this one has been so faithful. It needs to be shown the door. Your mind has taken you by the hand and it's put your hand up for you. And mind is saying, I have failed, not the body. The body has not failed. The body has no control over success or failure. The body is a piece of nature. This surrendering is true courage. You don't have to do anything physical. You don't have to stand up in front of 4 million people. You have to admit to yourself, in your own solitude, in your own peace, in your own confusion, in your own manic mind, I can't do it. Inside your body is more than 4 million people. Inside your body is the whole universe, your whole past lives, your whole future lives, the whole of life. To do it to yourself, within yourself, to surrender within yourself is the most ultimate act of courage, because you're doing it to everything. And the space outside remains the same space outside. But the space inside, as many of you will be aware, becomes more expansive. It is like this great thing called God opening his arms up, and the waft that comes from this majestic, vast source creates this beautiful, tranquil air that you can now breathe. It is the sweetest essence, the most beautiful air the smell, the scent of every single flower with no smell appears for you. This space is yourself. He's just dusting you down, you see, getting rid of the cobwebs, the crap that you've been carrying in your baggage, in your mind, in your body. Just getting rid of the stale body, the old body. It is providing you a new body, but not another form body, a clean, subtle body that lies within, that now will be the most predominant in the rest of your life as a human being. The form body still exists on the outer. The self, infinite space, exists on the inner. And in between is this Holy Spirit that now is able, with clean eyes, to witness what it is supposed to have been witnessing from the moment you took birth in this body. It's doing it for you, the person gone. It is conveying to yourself. The Holy Spirit has now replaced the mind. The mind has been sacked. The Holy Spirit becomes the new mind. All happening in this space as you are aware, you see. You are aware of these words. You know these words are true. Deep within the core of your being lies this beautiful, beautiful paradise, this heaven, this home, this godly father and mother. And you're waving out of this infinite window like a child being reborn. You can't see anything but love. You love everything, every single breath, every moment, every illness, every pain. And the more you love it, the faster it goes, you see. Keep moving now, you see. Everything is moving at the same speed as it moved before, but clean. Everything is now visible as it should be. The sky is the sky now, you see. The ant on the ground is the ant. See, before it was all about my world, my future, what I'm going to get, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to achieve, how much success I'm going to get, how much power I'm going to have, how much people will love me for what my acts, for what I do, like Christ did. Christ did nothing, you see. Christ did nothing. He just walked within and everything was transformed. Don't be as Christ's body was interpreted to be. Be. Simply be. And you are acting as Christ. Nothing becomes important, you see. But everything equally is essential. See? There's not one singular thing that is more important than the other. None of this could be taking place without everything being present. We can continue to knock down trees when they're dying and use them for building and firewood. But when we rape forests and nature, for simple pleasure, for greed, for power. We're back out of that space, you see. The one who goes through with this, and I say don't give up. I say remain in this space for as long as it is bearable until you dissolve. And this space, when you reappear, you'll never harm anything ever again. You'll never do anything to nature. And you will find a way around it, you see. Can I knock down the tree so my fire can be blazing? No, I'll put on another jacket. Or I'll go in the forest and look for that old decaying tree that has fell down on its own, and I will chop that one up, you see, and I will burn that one, and I will have some natural heat. It's not about not living and returning to cavemen. It is about seeing it for what it is, taking care of this earth, this body, and the people who you serve. Serve yourself well, you see. That is my word. Serve yourself well. Look after yourself. Let yourself be as it should be. Find the space, you see. Stop trying to hide behind a newspaper, or seeking through books and meditation, or trying to win money and make money. And these things will happen anyway. It's not about not doing anything in this world and continuing. You must continue with your work. You must continue doing things, making music, art, poetry. You must continue writing. But it's not the end of the world if you don't do it all in this whole singular body life. That you achieve everything to its fullest. Taste everything in minute amounts. You see, that's the message from Christ with the 5,000 fish and the bread. It's not about how he kept these people alive. It is about how far it went. How far can you go? See? You are this space. You are this infinite space, you see. You stretch limitlessly when you are seen as this self. Be happy. Be in love with yourself. And the love that projects from yourself, you will see love in everything. Everything. And when love is not seen, you can turn your attention away from that, you see, and put it on something that deserves love. You know, feed the birds. News comes on. More fighting in the world, you know. I don't want that off. I'm going to feed the birds. I'm going to project love. I'm going to shower my body so that I can worship my body even, rather than watch that, you see. But I'm not telling you how to do it, you see. You know how to do it. You simply just forgot. You simply just have squeezed yourself out of this infinite space into this body, and you are suffering within this form, this ice that has remained solid, untouchable, you see. And I'm untouchable as a body, but I'm going to die. See? dissolve the body, you see, move into the space that you are, and see that the death is just another experience. It's just another transition, the same as birth. Everything is just an experience, an action, a movement. And you're always present. You were present before birth, and you're present during birth. You're present throughout this life, and you're present when this body dies. And when it's gone, you're still present. You'll never ever not see your loved ones again. You say, I don't want, it's not that I'm frightened to die. I'll never see my loved ones. You cannot be separated from your loved ones. Your loved ones are living through their body as you, and you as them. There is no separation. This space is allness. Holiness. Whole means holy. And you're that. And I am that.